Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to manually enter log entries into your logbook. Let's say maybe your ELD failed or you lost your phone and we had to unlock the phone for you to log in with another device. You missed several days of logbook entries, so here's what we're going to do. We will need to open up our ELD app, and we're going to see that I'm currently on duty. What we need to do is we need to check our logbook first, so we select the menu, then we select logbook, and over here we have logbook and logs. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the logs. We're going to look at the logs for today. So what I'm going to do with the very first entry, as you can see, the status is on. What I need to do is I'm going to need to edit that, and what we're going to do is we're going to select the middle icon. It looks like a square with a pencil on it. I'm going to select that, and that will open up our edit window. In this case, what I need to do is pull down the screen a little bit, and it says select your status. You can see that I'm on. Since we're going to be adding entries up until this time, there may be a conflict. We will not be able to do another on-duty status until we change this on-duty status to something else, because the ELD will not allow us to do an on-duty on-duty. We can only be on-duty off-duty, on-duty driving, on-duty sleeper berth, or sleeper berth on-duty, but we can't have on-duty on-duty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this on-duty status here by selecting it. Drop-down menu shows up, and I'm going to select something that we hardly ever use. I'm going to use yard move. Okay? In this event, we should be pretty safe to finish up all of our entries under yard moves. And when later on we're going to come back, we're going to change this. So we slide the screen out, and we're going to click confirm changes. Alright, as you can see, my status here for the first day, on the 11th, my first status change went from on duty to yard move. Now what we're going to do is I need to go back to June 8th. As you can see, there's no entries for June 10th. There's no entries for June 9th, but on June 8th, my first entry was a pre-trip inspection of on duty. Then I went to driving, but something went wrong, as you can see in my remark. And then it went to off duty, and you can see in the remark it says it was forced unlock. We had to forcefully unlock this ELD because of a lost phone or a malfunction with the ELD. From this point forward, all that data was lost, and now we have to manually enter in the transactions. So at this time, as you can see, what I'm going to do after my off-duty status is I'm going to have to start driving. My next status would be a driving status. So I have to press this red circle with the plus sign at the bottom right. We select that, and that'll give us a edit entry window. And the next status we're going to do is driving. Alright, so we select the word on, and that should bring up a menu. And we're going to select the D for driving. Now we need the next entry is we need to change the date to June 8th, because we are doing entries for Saturday, June 8th. Select OK. And the start time is going to be at 5:52, because my previous status at off duty was at 5:51 a.m. If I leave it at p.m., I'll show you really quick. It says 17:52, start time 17:52. That is not correct. I started at 5:52 a.m. So I need to select the start time and change it from a p.m. to an a.m. and then select OK. And now you can see I have a 5:52 a.m. start time. And we also have to put in our location. Since I was in Gardena on the 8th, I need to put in the correct location. Alright, the reason for my status change, we don't have to do anything for driving, but what we need to do is we need to hit the space bar at the bottom, and this will clear out that type for a reason. So once we do that, we can then select confirm changes. It's going to ask me, are you sure you want to be driving? My duration will be 73 hours. However, there's going to be more entries after this, so we don't have to worry about that right now. What we're going to do is we'll select OK. Alright, And if we slide down, you can see now we have a driving entry. All right, so to review, we have an on-duty status with the pre-trip inspection at 5:15 to 5:50 a.m. Then there was a brief driving stint, and that's when something went wrong from 5:50 to 5:51. And then there was an off-duty status because everything had to be reverts back to off-duty once we do a forced unlock. This will allow you to log back into the ELD. And then the driving status that we just entered from 5:52 a.m. All right, so our next entry is going to be a off-duty status at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's when we're going to take a break. So we're going to add another entry by pressing the plus sign, and we're going to change this on duty to a off-duty status. Okay. We also have to change the date. Don't forget to do that by selecting June 8th. And then this time will be 1 o'clock p.m. Click OK. And the location will be Eloy, Arizona. And we will put the reason is a break. Okay? And confirm changes. Now to review, we still have our on-duty status with our pre-trip inspection. We have the driving status where something went wrong. We have our off-duty status with forced unlock. We have our driving status in Gardena for 7 hours and 7 minutes. And we took a break at off-duty status in Eloy, Arizona. After that, what we're going to do is add an on-duty status at 1:31 p.m. This way we confirm we'll have a 30-minute break. So again, we go from on-duty, we're going to go to, we'll leave it at on-duty because that's what we're going to do. Our start date will be June 8th. Click OK. Start time will be 1:31 p.m. The location will be Eloy, Arizona. And this will be a pre-trip inspection. Confirm changes. And as you can see now we have our off-duty status for 31 minutes. And we have an on-duty status of 65 hours. Now what we're going to do is after 15 minutes of a pre-trip inspection, we're going to go back to driving. So we're going to press the red button again. We're going to change our on-duty status from on to driving. Change the date to June 8th. Click OK. Our driving time will be at 1:45 p.m. We are in Eloy, Arizona, and it'll be no changes that are required. We just do have to hit the space key, and that'll allow us to hit confirm changes. Click OK. Alright, so now we have our driving status. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add our final entry for today, June 8th, by adding a plus sign. This is where we go on sleeper berth to do our 10-hour reset. Hit the sleeper berth, change the date to June 8th, click OK. We finished working at 5:45 p.m. Click OK. And now we are in Deming, New Mexico. Deming, New Mexico. Don't forget the comma. Okay. And now we are taking a resting. Okay. And then hit confirm changes. And that should finish our day. So if we look at our logbook, it is now showing us exactly what we did on June 8th. And you can continue doing this for every day until you are finished. And then when you are done, you would need to go back to the 11th, go to Logs, and remember we have to change our status from Yard Move back to On Duty. Slide the screen down, change YM to On Duty, slide it up, click Confirm Changes. And now we're back to where we were at the beginning of today. I hope this helps you, and let me know by placing any comments below. Thank you.